And we're back. No, I'm playing. It's not even that kind of thing still. It is definitely not that kind of thing. It's been a while since I've done this. It's been a long time. Shouldn't have left you. Uh, it's Good Friday today. Um, Shout out to the fam. A lot has changed since the last podcast that I did. The project has moved. I've grown, I've learned, I've lost. And I'm building. I planned for Too Late to be short films. That's why the energy was different. We expanded the cast. We built something together. We got a first series under our belts, and I was so proud to have a finished body of work. I still felt like a pretender at that point. I'm not even going to lie to you. Because I remember watching it back and saying to some of the cast on Zoom, I'm like, would you watch this? And they were like, yeah. I was like, no, I wouldn't. Like, if I wasn't involved, I wouldn't care. This isn't good enough. And then I got a production manager thanks to some great advice from Emma. And it got better, mildly. We had a story. It wasn't just random stuff for season 2. The cast grew. I started taking on a few little side projects and that, but then quite a few good things happened. When we did season 1, we went to France. Did season 2, we went to Italy. And the last episode of season 2, it was big for me. We shot it over 2 days, and the weather couldn't be any more different. It was like we had 2 storylines. Some of my faves were back in it, and it felt really good. But there was still problems. I didn't have a release strategy at that point, but I managed to finish the second season relatively quickly, and I decided I was going to hold out until the new year so I could have continuity with my release schedule, so I could build some momentum and hopefully build an audience. I did not anticipate that I would be publishing every single Sunday and have enough content to double up on some Sundays. Things have developed, but I have become bolder. I have understood how to maximize my limitations. At the end of season 2, we were making plans for season 3, and I said to myself, we've been to France, we've been to Italy, we're going to Morocco. Why am I not shooting in different parts of the UK? So then I decided I'm going to do a Too Late spin-off. And we were going to do Too Late Birmingham, Manchester and Dublin. At the point I'm recording this, Too Late Birmingham is done. Too Late Manchester is underway. Dublin is going to take a little bit longer, but I still have plans to do all of them. Birmingham was good to me. Very good to me. Shout out to Amari. Shout out to China. Shout out to Alicia. And my favourite character, Fitzroy, Uncle Bertie. Yeah. Entertainment for days. For days. I didn't mention everyone, but I'm not going to do that. It's not impersonal. It's just, we ain't got to do all of that. The project has grown. Not only have we got new shows, we've got new people involved, and there are more projects happening. So there are short films, there are single scene shorts. That is now the engine that I am going to live by with this project. We're going to use it to introduce new characters, new stories, the things that hit. We're going to build on them. Most things are going to hit. I have managed to get a lot of experience under my belt, constantly learning, talking to cast members, other people within the indie community. And I would say the finale of season 3 is when I realized I was no longer a pretender. it was a very stressful day. Very stressful. And pressure makes diamonds. I thrive in chaos. Like I'm used to that heat. No problem. Not a problem. Things didn't go well. We spent 3 hours on one scene. It was massive though. It's coming out in 2 days actually. Yeah. It's coming out in 2 days. Yeah, it was a lot. I learned a lot. I'm constantly pushing myself to limits that I can see to see if I can push them any further. Going to Birmingham was very special for me to film because it was the beginning of something else. Shooting Autumn Time was very satisfying for me because I got to work with Emma, who was the first person to tell me like this is actually a thing, you know. Because I was just trudging through all depressed and stuff. Yeah, really depressed. And yeah, she just told me like it is actually a thing. Get some crew, get it together, and I did. Autumn Time was meant to be made in August, but it did not work out that way, and I'm glad it didn't because I've learnt more since then, and the show has changed. But I am so excited for you guys to see that. I'm so excited, and I was frustrated at the same time because I decided the style of the show was going to be run and gun, as was too late. But it deserves more than that. It does. That leads to my next point: criticism. The criticism has been amazing, and that is a strange way to phrase it, but it is appropriate because me, the great pretender, I'm criticized like I'm the real deal. And guess what I am? Phenomenal. 100%. I find myself in this position and saying these things because some people, they talk about this like a we thing. And yes, there are many people involved, but they don't understand exactly what it is that I do. I am writing, casting, rehearsing, directing, filming, sound mixing. Not a very good job at it yet, but you know, we're loading. Editing, publishing, promoting. Every single thing that I put out. So I will have crew that are helping and taking on things that I can't do myself slash make it better as well. And the actors are doing amazing jobs. But people do not understand how much I actually do within this. It's not easy. It's not easy. But because I'm doing so much, I'm learning so much. I'm not going to say it's been overwhelming. It's been hard, but doable. Strength to strength. Losses to lessons. Lessons to blessings. Everything's connecting. The single scene shorts changed everything for me. I think that Charles and Leah was cool. That was the first one we did two of. But the father and son will always be special to me because of Ryan. I don't know exactly what is going to happen in the future for him, but his talent, his determination, his passion, the artistry. Every single time I talk to him, I learn something. And he was the first person to show me, not even teach me, to show me the importance of chemistry between scene partners. when I started this, I had all the time in the world to work on one scene, and now I'm working on so many things. Like, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't, like, the amount of content I'm sitting on right now. Like, you have no idea unless you're involved, and it's mind boggling how it gets done. It's ridiculous, but it's gonna get even more ridiculous because we're not done yet. Like, there's so much to do. The single scene shorts, starting with Ryan, very important. But what was so good about this whole thing is we did not work together after that for months. And I made a call, and he's in Autumn Time. So that was really cool to get to work with both him and Emma. Yeah, it was like a personal victory, because it's like, I know it's not much, but the reality is when I started this, I was pants. Absolutely trash. And some people didn't wait around long enough to see me get better, but they saw something in me that was enough for them to invest, even if it was a little bit of time. Yeah, we all get something out of it. Yeah, they might have been looking for something, but the point is they didn't have to come to me. They didn't need to do that. So I'm very grateful. And I don't forget those kinds of things. So getting that done was very cool. But it was not an easy series to shoot, because the turnaround time for writing the scripts and getting it done was very steep because of the change in cast. But I knew we had to see it through, because it's just the beginning of the journey. Season 2 of Autumn Time has already been confirmed. Like, we're definitely doing that. It gave me the opportunity to bring in more people, and I am blessed to be around so many talented, inspiring actors. Inspiring. And they have inspired me to have the confidence, not just about turning things around quickly, but to dare to write bigger things. The single scene shorts originally were just meant to be single scene shorts. Charles and Leah was the first one that got a second part. The Father and Son was the first one. Mel and Simon, that was different. That was real life. Everything was real life, but that one was painful in a different kind of way. And the journey, I mean, if you go on the YouTube channel and watch the breakdown that they gave there, that was a lot. It was a lot. Their performances, though, that changed everything for me. I was inspired to expand. And who else would I go to but the man himself, Ryan? I was inspired. I continued expanding. That's now going to be a full series. We already have the story. We already have more characters. It is exciting. Outside of that, Charles and Leah, that has expanded. That's going to be exciting. There are so many more stories that we are birthing and building. It's exciting. When I started this, we got to like 20 people in too late, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is massive. Now, in the community, there is 95 people. 95 people in one way or another are involved in this project. Me, who couldn't get it right 3 times in a row, I made it this far in 9 months. If I can do this, anybody can do it. It's not because I'm the most talented. It's not because I have some magical power. I do, but it's not because of that. I chose to stick at it. I chose to work hard at it, and I kept on going. It's not easy to keep on going when you can't see positive changes. The investments you're making, you don't get to see the dividends. But I stuck at it, and now we're on fire. And we're still just getting started because the numbers ain't where they need to be in terms of the audience. The app is going to be launched. That's going to change a lot of things for us because we are working our way towards monetization on YouTube, as well as having the opportunity to build our own infrastructure that we can control. What's important about that is, I'm not going to hide it, my goal is to become an executive producer, to have the money to just throw money at other people's projects, all under the SMP umbrella. That ethnic representation on 100, mixed in with everyone, of course, because it's got to be inclusive. Everyone deserves a seat at the table. Birthing another project, all Portuguese. You know that all Spanish is coming. It has to come. It has to come. But yeah, we've got a little community in Brazil. So for the views, for the love, for the attention, shout out Izzy on that one as well. I just want to say obrigado. Hope I said it right. If I didn't, I still said it. We're going from strength to strength with this, and I am so grateful for everybody who's been a part of this journey. We're also on IMDb. Get them Lidge credits up. Let's go. Working with me, I'm going to put you on now. And it's so strange because it's like, I can't operate the way I used to operate. In the beginning, it was just about, getting people involved. Now it's getting people involved who can do this at a certain standard. Now it's about people who have the time to give this what it needs to get it to the level it needs to be at. Things have changed. Not in a bad way. I've got so many people contacting me about training and stuff, and I'm like, huh? Me? The pretender? You want to learn from me? Mad. Madness. I find myself just enamored by, how did we get here? I remember when I had one video on my YouTube channel. Looking at it right now, there are 39 videos, and I'm just like, what? I'm gonna get to that 50 piece. I'm gonna get there, and well, I've already got the content here. I'm just saying actual uploads, because to me, it's like it doesn't exist until it exists. Until it's published to the world, it does not exist. I am so grateful for the challenges because they have all been a part of what I have become and where we're going with it. And I'm just excited for the many things that are to come. So guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Let Leon Live. That's right, let me live. Por favor. Let me live. And yeah, keep an eye on the channel. We post new things every single week. There is new content. There's always going to be something new. Get involved. If you're somebody that watches the stuff serially but isn't subscribed, subscribe, like, comment, engage. We don't bite. And also, it means a lot because the actors are not being paid yet. They're doing this to build their portfolios and because they love this. And we are like a family now. We are building together. And we already have so much to show for such a short space of time. So, yeah. On that note, whoosh and push.